What's up, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we are going to be addressing one of the newest addition to our Turo fleet, and that is the Mazda 2 that we just bought, but the one that also needs quite a lot of work. And so in this video, we're going to be breaking down exactly what we are doing to this car, why we're doing it, the costs associated with it. So let's get started. Look at this beaut right here. So one thing that we did already do to this car that we did not show is we did get the glass replaced. That was replaced a few days ago by our glass guy, and even with that done, it already looks better.
Tremendous. I mean, it's kind of one of those weird things that you're like, man, a windshield really won't make that big of a difference for the cost, but I mean, look at it. It had two giant baseball-sized smacks on the front, probably literally a baseball smack, and it just looks already 100% better, so good on that. Does she start up after sitting here for like, what, 2 weeks?
Yeah. Boom.
So one of the first things that we need for our Mazda 2 is going to be a passenger side door. I went online and found a local auto salvage yard about 30 minutes away from Plano that has a matching identical colored door for our Mazda 2. And it comes as a complete door, even though I really only need the shell, but this is cheap enough to where it just makes sense to get the whole door.
Now the van will be good storage for the Mazda 2 door, at least until we are ready to install it.
All right, now that we have the car all situated in the garage, I'm gonna replace 3 motor mounts on this vehicle, 1 for the back of the motor and then 2 for the sides. This should solve my buzzing issue because typically what happens is that rubber just gets real old. Not sure what happened in this case, but I'm pretty sure that that battery that they replaced was probably leaking pretty bad. Leaked some acid onto that rubber and that rubber just disintegrated, which is why it's buzzing really bad. So let's get after it.
So now that HP has gotten the motor mounts done, the next phase is to replace this door. So let's replace that.
Occupied!
Oh. So the door is finished. Now I have to admit, this turned out way better than I thought it was going to be. Now, the door isn't 100% perfect. There is that like little dent there, but in my opinion, I think that this is a huge improvement, and we got to give kudos to HP because I thought that we didn't need to replace the door, and HP said that we did.
Yeah. And that's what's kind of crazy about it is, if you look at this one, you think it's just scratches, but then you realize the only lines that are supposed to be there is one going across there, one down here, and one down there. So it's really pushed in, and you can tell a big difference when it's on the car. So I think this is a good buy, especially for a cheap car. I mean, we're going to fix a little bit of the quarter panel, but it's going to have dents and dings, and that's okay. Lovely day today out here in Texas. One of the next things we have to do on this Mazda to get it ready for Turo is we have to fix a bit of body damage on the back. Along with the front door that was pretty damaged, this rear quarter panel was also pretty damaged. Now, truthfully, this just doesn't look good. There's a lot of rust, and it's actually been repaired before, but I need to get in there and I need to make this look significantly better. So first step is going to be beating it to shape, and my father, who is a previous paint and body man of like 30 plus years, lent me some of his tools. Now these tools are awesome. Let's take a look at them. So we have a number of slide pulls that will be able to yank and beat this thing into shape. He even gave me an assortment of body hammers and even a sledgehammer, which everyone should know to never give me a sledgehammer for obvious reasons. But I get to work on this today. I'll be beating it and pulling it to shape, and then I'll be able to put some body filler over it and then smooth it out and paint. So let's get to work. Oh. Wow. All right, so now that I got everything sanded down to bare metal, I've got it taped off. I'm gonna try to get this as close as I can to where I want the paint to be, or where I want it to line up with. So I think that's pretty close. I'm not gonna be super 100%, but it'll be a lot better. And then once we go through, I'm going to sand down all the extra filler once I make my body lines, and then we'll be ready for primer and paint. So here's my bond rail, and I'm going to fold that in. Try to mix all that up. To make sure it's one color. So as we can see here, this is my first time doing body filler. That's my excuse. I'm gonna stick to it because it's not the best job. It did pretty okay, but I definitely need to sand down and try to get a body line back on this one so I can kind of match that ridge that comes across here. I might have to call for reinforcements, aka my dad, to do this, because in the videos they make it look so easy, but like Aubrey said too when she came out and looked at it, you can't expect yourself to start painting and expect to paint the Mona Lisa, and she's absolutely right. I just wish she wasn't right. I just want to paint the Mona Lisa on the first try. So we'll come back tomorrow. We're gonna do some more sanding on it, see where we are, maybe apply some more body filler, and then get ready for paint right after.
So HP, what do you think?
Good, not great. Stand 10 feet away like I said earlier, and it looks amazing.
Now honestly, HP is absolutely full of garbage. I think that it looks extremely good. Now we knew going into this that this wasn't going to look like a professional job from a professional shop, but the fact that this is HP's very first time working with Bondo, I think it looks pretty damn good.
It's not terrible. And to be completely honest, if I sat here and thought, you know what, if I paid $500 for this job, I'd be okay with it. I'd be okay with it. And we're still underneath that total, so I'm very okay with it. So I'm actually pretty proud of myself on this one.
So now that we got this portion of the car done, we only have really a couple of things left to do. Number one is HP's going to clean the interior. Number two, we need to replace the front tire. And number three, it needs to be inspected and it needs to be registered. And all of that will be done tomorrow. Here we have it, our 2012 Mazda 2 that we have completely fixed to get it Turo ready.
Things that we've done to make this Mazda Turo ready include replacing all 3 engine mounts, replacing 1 tire, replacing the windshield, replacing this passenger side door that was very badly damaged, and lastly, filling in and repairing this entire quarter panel, which was also very badly damaged as well.
We've also done a detailing of the interior, and man, it looks extremely clean. That was of course courtesy of HP.
it doesn't look like it's been sitting for 3 years.
So all in all, after everything we did to this car, the cost to get this car Turo ready added up to about $550, which means that all in, this car costs $3,550. That included the work that we did on the car as well as the purchase price of the car as well, which is one of the cheapest cars that we've purchased in our entire Turo career, and by far the cheapest car that we've purchased in 2020 or 2021.
And guys, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and we'll see you on the next episode.